Today's MBA Flash webinar is presented by the AIA-MBA Joint Committee. The Joint Committee was founded in 1965 to foster collaboration between architects and contractors. The group is dedicated to creating best practices for the industry, and a collection of those best practices can be found at AIA-MBA-jointcommittee.org. The topic of today's presentation is Design Assist. There is a complete paper on Design Assist available at the above mentioned website, but today to talk a little bit more about it is AIA-MBA Joint Committee member from Karpinski Engineering, James Dutt. Welcome, James.
Thank you, Eric. I'm happy to be here today for this flash webinar where we are quickly going to go over the Design Assist process. And as Eric mentioned, for more information about it and best practices, you can visit the AIA-MBA website and download the entire paper that I wrote with several of my colleagues from the Joint Committee. So the Design Assist process changes how we work together as part of a construction team. It's not a stand-alone delivery method, but it changes the way that we work together and determines how each party can best contribute at a certain stage and then transition throughout the project to maximize the project's efficiency and reduce our project's risk. The four parties that we're going to briefly address are construction managers, architects and engineers or the design team, the owner, and Design Assist subcontractors. Typically, Design Assist subcontractors do not assume design liability. They assist the design team, but they do not assume design liability. The Design Assist subcontractor understands and embraces the project's goals and priorities, and they do assume some ownership of the design. And this is intended to create buy-in to what the owner is looking for, and also to reduce coordination-based RFIs and change orders. The way this method works is that it engages other team members earlier in the project. With a traditional delivery method during pre-design and schematic design into design development, our subcontractors and sometimes our construction managers don't have a deep understanding of the design and are looking forward to when they will then bid out and construct the project. And once we get into construction, there's a deeper buy-in and more integration of the construction team members with the design. In Design Assist, the intent is to bring those tradespeople and subcontractors along with the owner and the construction manager back earlier into the design process. This is when we have the opportunity to make an impact on the entire project. Like integrated project delivery, Design Assist is an evolving delivery philosophy that can be implemented in various ways, and it's not rigidly defined. And we're going to talk about 7 best practices for that today. It's general that the construction involvement earlier into the project is limited to some trades. This is not intended to be for every subcontractor package that's out there. And Design Assist can be used with a multitude of delivery methods, but it's most commonly used with construction management at risk, but it's easily adapted to others, including design, bid, build. The 7 ways that we would recommend Design Assist subcontractors engage in a project are in front of you on the screen. The first is a drawing review, and the intent of this is to better inform and engage with the designers and inform the design and assist through various options. The second is to review phasing and constructability. Many times, particularly in complicated renovation projects, the view that a subcontractor can have towards phasing and constructability can help the design team be better stewards of the owner's resources and also help the project to have less impact on user groups. A third way is through major equipment early acquisition. By bringing subcontractors on earlier and by understanding what equipment lead times are, this can help a project and help an owner procure equipment earlier to allow for construction to start when it's desired by the owner. The fourth, and this is very applicable to the MEP trades, is assistance and verification of existing conditions. So subcontractors going out with designers and assisting them with opening up walls, with chases, and back to the drawing review, understanding where things are going to be routed and if they can physically fit and how that works for the project. A fourth way is BIM coordination. So typically as part of a design team, you'll be drawing to a certain level of detail within an AIA contract. The hope is that design assist subcontractors can help take that to the next level. The sixth is real-time cost estimating. So rather than looking at budgets at a phased approach, the hope is that design assist subcontractors will be able to look at drawings, look at the phasing and the constructability, understand the owner's outcomes, and be able to provide real-time cost estimating to allow decisions to be made rather than going to bid with multiple alternates. And that leads us to the last one, value-added recommendations. So by having tradespeople and by having subcontractors involved throughout the design, it allows them to offer recommendations to the design team, to the construction manager, and to the owner to add value to the project and make sure that the owner is getting what they're paying for and not paying for those items out of risk or contingency. What this can lead to is expedited results. So under a normal design bid build project, there's time in the middle that you see there for bidding and pre-construction. By bringing the construction manager and the design assist partners in earlier into design, we can have a design pre-construction period that results in a procurement phase that solidifies a GMP. This is particularly applicable in a construction manager at risk project. That leads to construction, potentially of even the same length, but allows for the project to finish sooner. And what that can mean for a project and for an owner is great benefits, both from a cost and a schedule perspective. So one example of that is a project that we completed that was originally scheduled to be completed in June, but with design assist subcontractors was able to be completed in April. This 2 months completion ahead of schedule led to a construction savings. It led to the owner being able to open the facility earlier, and that led to a contribution margin to them because of extra visits that the project was able to achieve. Another feature of this philosophy is understanding you're getting what you're paying for. So under a normal project, your actual scope out of a $10 million budget may be $9 million because you're paying for risk, errors and omissions, delays, and existing conditions. By paying up front for pre-construction, you can achieve an actual scope of $9.75 million. And this is a real example here that was done as part of a completed project with design assist. So the risk is being transferred. You're not seeing the delays and the existing conditions issues because the contractors that are doing the installation have been involved from the very beginning of the project. Now, these 7 things might not be perfect for your project. It will take some consideration as part of the owner, the construction manager, and your design team if design assist is right for you in your individual project. It's something to consider though, and then you may want to consider which trades. Frequently, we would see curtain wall, vertical transportation, and some of the MEP trades. But it may be different depending on the actual scope of your project, the size of it, whether it's a new build or renovation. But these are the 7 that we would consider sort of the first building blocks that you would look to for engagement with your partners. If you want to read the entire paper, you can go to AIA-MBA jointcommittee.org. You can download the white paper there and follow up with the committee if you have additional questions.